Top 8 Scariest Videos on YouTube. Number 8, La Larona. Generations of Mexican children have grown up afraid of La Larona, a wailing woman whose misdeeds in life have left her spirit trapped on earth, where she torments little children. She's the stuff of legend, a myth, and spooky bedtime story whose origins date back hundreds of years. On Friday, she will make her way to the screen once more in Warner Brothers. The Curse of La Larona. Although this terrifying figure has not always won over critics, the legend that first cemented her in the popular imagination remains as transfixing as ever. For horror fans and ghost story lovers alike, La Larona is a tale worth knowing. In this video clip, this man claims to hear La Larona crying. Here's the clip.
Oigan. Yo estoy aquí en mi trabajo, como pueden ver. Oigan. Nadie en la calle.
Number 7. Ghost Ambulance of Monterrey, Mexico. A man was killed in front of a public square in the municipality of San Nicolas de los Garza by at least 7 shots. The incident was reported around 9 p.m. at the intersection of Paraiso and Jacinto streets, in the Industrias del Vidrio neighborhood. It is believed that he was taken to the scene aboard a car, and his perpetrators shot him at point-blank range. He was on his back and with his arms extended in the shape of a cross. About 2 years ago, a series of videos gained great popularity on social networks because it shows how the radio signal from cars begins to distort as they approach a cross located on the side of the street. Thousands of cars have gathered every night, to tune into 690 AM and listen to the distorted sound of what appears to be a ghost ambulance. Here's the clip.
Ahí vamos. Por allá está la cruz. Dale lento, más lento. ¡A la madre! ¿Dónde está la cruz? Dale.
Number 6. Body of a Pig. The video begins with a text reading, "This EVP was recorded during my work with a group who I am no longer legally entitled to name nor claim any association with." It then cuts to footage of 2 men exploring an abandoned building. They then proceed to open up a red door only to hear something say, "I have the body of a pig," then grunting. It is then repeated a few times as the last time was slowed down. They then shine a flashlight in a dark, dusty area. They took a photo of the inside and what can be seen is a mysterious, ghost-like figure. Here's the clip.
Go sleep in the sun, put it down. Let me stick the camera through the hole first, might be a body in there. What a chance we don't see. East what, so far? East wing. Did you get him? Did you get him? Get him. Jesus, look at that, mate. It's exactly like the one over there, look.
This way.
It's right underneath, isn't it?
Number 5. Crying Ghost. In this video, this man claims to hear strange crying sounds coming from one of the rooms in his house. When he opens the door, he sees a girl facing the corner of the room, crying. He then closes it, but when he opens the door again, the girl was standing up, and was staring at him. Here's the clip.
Did you hear that? Right outside the door. Right outside the front.
Number 4. Headless Ghost. In this video, 3 kids are exploring an abandoned school. They are looking for a ghost in the area. However, they don't notice it at the time, but their camera captures a headless humanoid shadow figure, walking towards them, while it sings in a scary tone. Here's the clip.
والله بفترون شيء والله بشعر فل الحمد لله على الباب كنت نسمع كان بطلع لا يبقى تعال همش كان بطلع تلفوني ضفر.
Number 3. Ghost in Hospital. 2 employees are having a conversation in a hospital. They are laughing and telling jokes, until one of them sees a shadow walk past the doors that leads into the operating theater. When they went to go check to see if anyone was in there, but no one was there, it was just an empty operating room. Here's the clip.
Ah, no mames.
¿Qué?
Pasó algo.
¿Qué pasó? No mames.
A ver, ven. No mames, pasó algo, te lo juro que pasó algo,
Se mueve, ya se mueve.
Vete a la verga.
Yo no voy.
No mames.
Number 2. Haunted abandoned Japanese hospital. In this video, we take a look at a news channel in Japan that explored an abandoned hospital that is a popular destination for spirit photography. However, something more dark and sinister awaits for them. Warning, there is a jump scare at the end of this clip. Here's the clip.
さあ今日はちょっと怖いとこに来てます。こちらは数年前に倒産した病院なんですが、なんとこの中で写真を撮ると必ず不思議なものが映るということで、地元の若者たちの間で話題になっている場所なんです。その不思議なものっていうのは一体何だと思いますか？そうなんです。この建物は中に入ると必ず心霊写真が撮れる、そういう場所なんです。やだな、暗いな、怖いな。なんかもう帰りたい。この先にちょっと入ってみたいと思います。なんだろう。
Number 1. Robert the Doll. Robert the Doll is an allegedly haunted doll exhibited at the East Martello Museum. Robert was once owned by Key West, Florida, painter and author Robert Eugene Otto. The doll originally belonged to Robert Eugene Otto, an artist described as eccentric, who belonged to a prominent Key West family. The doll was reportedly manufactured by the Stiff Company of Germany, purchased by Otto's grandfather while on a trip to Germany in 1904, and given to young Otto as a birthday gift. The doll's sailor suit was likely an outfit that Otto wore as a child. The doll remains stored in the Otto family home at 534 Eaton Street in Key West while Otto studied art in New York and Paris. Otto married Annette Parker in Paris on May 3, 1930. The couple returned to the Otto family home in Key West to live there until Otto died in 1974. His wife died 2 years later. After their deaths, the Eaton Street home containing the doll was sold to Myrtle Reuter, who owned it for 20 years until the property was sold to the current owners, who operate it as a guest house. In 1994, the doll was donated to the East Martello Museum in Key West, Florida, where it eventually became a popular tourist attraction. It is annually rotated to the old post office and custom house in October. According to legend, the doll has supernatural abilities that allow it to move, change its facial expressions, and make giggling sounds. Some versions of the legend claim that a young girl of Bahamian descent gave Otto the doll as a gift or as retaliation for a wrongdoing. Other stories claim that the doll moved voodoo figurines around the room, and was aware of what went on around him. Still other legends claim that the doll vanished after Otto's house changed ownership a number of times after his death, or that young Otto triggered the doll's supernatural powers by blaming his childhood mishaps on the doll. According to local folklore, the doll has caused car accidents, broken bones, job loss, divorce and a cornucopia of other misfortunes, and museum visitors supposedly experience post-visit misfortunes for failing to respect Robert. This video is a documentary about Robert the doll's story. Here's the clip.
This doll was given to the 6-year-old Robert Eugene by the family's Bahamian maid, who was said to practice voodoo. It was the perfect likeness of the young boy and was even named Robert after him. As a young boy, Eugene developed a strange fascination with Robert. He spent long hours alone with his doll, talking to it, and when anything went wrong at home, Eugene always knew who to blame. It was Robert, he would tell his parents. Robert did it. Robert did it. Eugene settled down with his wife Anne here at the artist's house close to Duval Street in Key West. Robert, of course, went with them. Anne disliked the doll from the moment she first saw it. It gave her chills just to look at it, and she didn't like her husband's obsession with it. Still, she humored him, and Robert was given a room of his very own, away in the attic. There he stayed until Eugene told his wife that Robert was angry and demanding a room with a view. Despite Anne's objections, he moved Robert out of the attic and down to the turret room. Robert was seated at the window looking out over the street. Children on their way to school said they saw Robert through the windows moving about the turret room, glowering at them. Robert's influence seemed to grow stronger and stronger. A plumber working alone in the turret room with Robert fled the house in terror. He later said he'd heard Robert giggling. Other visitors swore that Robert's expression changed when they looked at him. Gene became sicker and sicker, becoming so despondent he locked himself away in the turret room until he finally died with Robert the doll by his side. Free at last, Anne fled the house, leaving Robert behind in the attic. The new owners discovered him soon after moving in. They took one look at Robert and knew that this, whatever it was something they definitely didn't want in their home. Robert ended up here, awaiting visitors in the East Martello Museum, where he holds an eerie fascination for everyone who sees him. Visitors to the museum, completely ignorant of this strange story, have been shocked as the expression on his face apparently changed before their very eyes. Today, the artist's house where Robert once lived is a guest house. Stay a night, if you will. Go ahead. He's still here, in the darkest recesses of the attic, say the staff, who avoid coming up here. And after her death, Eugene's wife Anne appeared here too. Her ghost stalks the turret room. Anne is trapped here now with Robert, the doll.